Welcome to the Heated Archives podcast, a smut-fic podcast where your heated rivalry, fanfiction addiction is accepted and talked about. Do you have too many tabs open? We do too. Come join us as we explore some of the great fics in this community. In this home, we believe that all fanfics are valid. Don't kink shame. Don't like, don't read. An MPreg is possible. We are your hosts, Allie,
Jeka,
and I'm Micah.
Jeka. Tell me something good. What happened to you this week?
This week was a crazy week. My cat had to go to the vet unexpectedly, and my doggy started doggy daycare. So I think my something good would be that nothing major happened to the cat, and the dog did well at doggy daycare. So that was my good week.
Micah, what's your something good?
I finally bought a tattoo machine, and I am one step closer to another mental breakdown that will then ultimately lead to me tattooing myself. So I'll get there. What about you,
It's good
Allie?
to get the practice.
My something good this week has been I got to hang out with my friend all weekend at a local Comic-Con as her resident extrovert. Because she makes handmade dice and sells them at the con and needed someone to do the sales.
Okay.
And it was funny for all of the introverts around me to stare in awe as I made like small talk. The easiest thing in the world.
You heard it here, guys. If anyone needs an extrovert to take to a con, Allie's available for bookings.
Yeah, absolutely. Buy my flight. I'm down. All right. So, Jeka, what fic are we reading this week?
We are reading Don't Blink, Cucky by angeluvxx. This is a relatively recent fic, only published at the beginning of this month. It is a one-chapter, one-shot, but it's a long one, guys. We're looking at 28,748 words. And our summary starts with this. Shane and Luke were high school sweethearts. They had plans to go into the NHL together, play alongside each other, start to really plan their future as a couple. But when an injury crushes Shane's only dream, he's forced to sit back and watch as his boyfriend goes on to do everything that should have been his. Everything except beating the best player in the entire NHL league. Or Shane had grown tired of his boyfriend. Ilya Rozanov is more than happy to give him an upgrade.
Ooh.
And the tags are... Almost forgot about the tags.
You gotta read the tags.
Those are important.
You gotta read the tags. The tags are... Actually, hold on. There's a dog breaking in. What's the dog doing here? God damn it. Hold on. I need the water. Hello?
Yeah.
I'm trying to read some scandalous tags.
Yeah, Pete.
Like cotton tags?
Some what tags?
Like cotton tags and like t-shirts?
Hot tags, not t-shirt
No.
tags. Look at it. Look at the screen. Here, read that. Read that. What's that?
Oh, that's easy, honey. You just sound it out.
I know how to read. You need the door shut.
Pete.
Hey, whatever we need to get through the day.
I love you. Bye. Get out of here. Shut the door. See you around, pal. God.
I love Pete even more.
Jesus Christ. Mind you, I pointed to the screen and I just hovered right over Daddy Kink.
Conservative family values. Found here.
Conservative family values, loving relationship, big communication. Anyway, the actual tags are hockey player Ilya Rozanov, student Shane Hollander, famous Ilya Rozanov, cheating, porn with plot, hockey Ilya Rozanov, cuckolding, top Ilya Rozanov, bottom Shane Hollander, daddy kink, soft dom Ilya Rozanov, Ilya Rosanoff takes care of Shane Hollander, anal sex. Shane Hollander has a praise kink. Ilya Rosanoff has a big dick. Ilya Rosanoff has a crush on Shane Hollander. Shane Hollander needs a hug. Shane Hollander walks Ilya Rosanoff like a dog. Verbal humiliation, degradation, unsafe sex, pregnancy kink, porn with feelings, oral sex, praise kink, angry Shane Hollander, pet names. Ilya Rosanoff is a menace.
Yeah, boy.
Woot.
Sorry, I've
So
had so
I
much
have
caffeine today.
I have to say this is my first cheating fic in
Your
HL.
first?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Breaking
Wow.
the cheating fic cherry over here. You heard it first.
Wow.
Yes. So
I've
I was
read
like,
so many. There
what
was
am
like
I
Same.
like
a
getting
week.
myself into?
There was a week a few weeks ago that was like every single day was a new cheating fic. There's
People
so
were
many
just in a mood.
boyfriends. Yeah, there were so many evil boyfriends.
You know what? I'm here for it
Yes.
because it
Yes.
makes that tension
Correct.
so much better. Like,
Correct.
This is where this like came from, was that week of like everybody was like throwing the cuck fix
Yes.
out. And I was like, I don't know, like, guy. Like I
so
felt
you
like the
read
little
it.
schoolgirl who's like, oh my God, guys, they can't be cheating.
A
Well,
cheating
Jeka,
fic.
Jeka, remember, just because we're reading it doesn't mean we condone it.
Yeah.
I know. But like at first I was like, okay. My baby Shane Hollander, excuse me, this man is
Mhm.
loyal to a fault. So what the ever loving F did you have to
Mhm.
do to make him consider going to some other guy? That's always like my
It was
like
just Ilya took his shirt off.
Yeah, that's it.
That's all he
it
needs.
was not. It was not. It was not just Ilya taking his shirt off. This
In
is
some of the
where
fics it is.
well, I mean valid.
It's valid.
But
Yeah.
in this one, I have to say, this author is fantastic for writing a OC we
Mhm.
love to hate, because I have
Mhm.
never wanted to smack a bitch harder than I wanted to smack Luke.
Sounded
Correct.
so American there.
Oh my God. I was so pissed.
Violent tendencies.
Violent tendencies, so American.
I was so pissed. I was like, dude,
Right.
you are an absolute fucking ass. Like,
Yeah.
what the hell are you doing? So was really PO'd about the whole Luke thing. So we're getting that
Mhm.
out there early for everybody listening. Luke
Correct.
is not redeemable. Just saying.
No.
We hate
Like
him.
he's actually the most fragile, insecure,
Oh my
Little
God,
and
yes.
dumb
child
baby. Like,
existence.
we hate him.
And
Yes.
like fully, it is shocking that he did not get punched.
So many
Yeah.
times.
Yeah,
Like,
they let
you
go of
know,
their chances to punch him. Like they chose to not punch him. And that's
right.
strong and brave of them.
But the thing that I have to say, from the moment we start this fic, like within the first couple of chapters, we are already seeing this dynamic between Shane and Luke is off, like just off. Like there's one time Shane or Luke, I think, was needing to brush his teeth or something. And Shane's like, oh yeah, just use my toothpaste. And he's like,
Is the
well, you buy
deodorant.
cheap shit.
Yes,
Yes.
the
And
deodorant.
you buy the cheap
Yeah.
stuff. And
Mhm.
I'm like, you are a motherfucking, like, I'm sorry, even if you are the 30th worst player on the worst fucking team in the NHL
You can
at an
afford your
eight-
own
at an
deodorant.
at an entry level contract, you are still making in the high 6 figures, whatever number there are.
Yeah.
Like you're making hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Mhm.
Fucking don't be a
Buy
cheapskate
your
and
boyfriend
buy
deodorant.
right.
Mhm.
Like,
Like
Yeah, the thing
whatever.
that I saw the most here was that like Shane was so dissociated in this relationship.
Oh,
yeah.
totally.
Like there's a moment where Luke is trying to show him affection and Shane is literally like turned his
So
head
checked
staring at
out.
the wall. Like they're going to have sex and Shane is just like I'm going to stare at the wall actually.
But like
Like
the other
so
thing
crazy.
that we see Shane and he's kind of in this like stagnant relationship.
Yeah.
They've been high school sweethearts. They kind of had this dream, and obviously that has been kiboshed, at least on Shane's kind of part. So he's doing the student thing.
Yeah,
Luke is
Shane
doing the
was
NHL thing.
yeah, Shane was gonna be a hockey player, a professional hockey player.
Yeah.
And then tore his ACL and then got really depressed and stopped playing
And
hockey.
never
And
went
it's
back to it.
I wanna say it's
Yeah.
been 3 years since then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it
And
said like 2 or 3 years.
also, I mean, okay, not that I want Shane to be like a sugar baby, but like the man is in school. I think he's doing like sports therapy or something like that.
Yeah.
And he works nights at a bar.
Mhm. Yeah,
And
he
like
works full
his
time, yeah.
he works full time, and his boyfriend and like his hockey bros come into the bar.
Yeah.
And try to get
And
free
like
drinks.
yeah,
Yeah.
and they but like Luke is also like, "Oh my god, Shane, like, bleh." And I'm like, "Luke, sit on a fucking cactus and spin, bud." Um
Well, Luke ignores him at the bar.
it does. Like
Like, Shane is like, "Actually, I don't enjoy it when you come to the bar because A, you try to get free drinks out of me, and B, you ignore me the whole time for your asshole teammates."
yeah.
And I
But
bet they're
even
terrible tippers. Do they tip
oh,
in Canada?
probably. They're
Are they
probably like,
tipping in
"Oh my
Canada?
god." There's tipping in Canada, yeah. But, like, they're probably like, "Oh my god, it's fine, it's just Shane, it's Luke's boyfriend, like, totally chill, right?" Like,
Mhm.
it seems like Shane is so dismissed.
Yeah.
In
Shane
many ways.
yeah,
Mhm.
so there's very clearly Shane has no boundaries. So this is my therapist hat, right? So, uh, I was reading this at work a little bit, so I had my work hat on.
Time for
Uh-oh.
Allie's therapist time.
Yes, hello. It's me, a professional therapist. I know this is a terrifying thing to think about. But yeah, no, so Shane has like lost his identity and especially too been subsumed in this relationship by his partner, right? And so
Mhm.
his personal identity, he's slowly been building it back and he's like on his healing journey and he talks about that a little bit, but like he has no boundaries with his partner. And the way that I can kind of tell, right, is that the level of like resentment that he has, and he talks about it, he
Mhm.
like also then feels guilty for this resentment. And so when there's resentment to that level, it's definitely a sign that like, hey, you need to be setting boundaries. Like that's the number one sign.
Mhm.
Um, and specifically too, like he feels a lot of guilt and shame, but also then he feels like nothing. And so
Right.
those are the moments where he's dissociating out of this because, you know, Luke will say something about like complaining or being insecure or like wanting something. And so, yeah, like Luke initiated sex and Shane was fully like, I have to go to work. I don't have time for this. And Luke is like, no, come on. I'm hardly around. Don't you want to love me? And then
Mm,
Shane is like, okay, fine. Will you top this time? And then
right.
Luke is like, no, I don't want to do that. And then
I
Shane is
know,
like,
it's so much
fine.
work.
Oh.
Right. And so, like, Shane, uh, the non therapist part of me is just like, stand up, girl. Like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
just lose your temper. Like, and, you know, you can tell too that this is a long-term relationship because these are all learned behaviors that Shane has in an effort to like protect himself, right? Like the
Yeah.
level of insecurity that Lucas has means that his emotions are volatile and that Shane is getting blamed for everything. And you can see this too as the fit goes on, right? Like
Mm,
something bad happens or like Lucas does something that's like shitty and then it's Shane's fault for being distant or it's Shane's fault for like
yes.
not trying harder.
Yeah.
Um
And Shane's
Or
just
yeah.
disassociating the whole time. And like the way that
Oh,
I saw it, like on top of all your, therapist insights, the way that I just saw it
mhm.
probably is just a overly self-aware person who was like, Shane loved hockey. That was his life. He was, high school sweethearts with, unfortunately fucking Luke.
Mhm.
And he
goddamn
lost
Luke.
hockey, lost his identity, just lost everything. And at least like lost everything to him.
Yeah.
And now Luke is like technically the last like thing, like last thread he
Mhm.
has to what his normal was. So of
Mhm.
course, like he's gonna stay. He's gonna stick around because it's that last shred of like, this is what I used to be. This is what I used to
Right.
have. And, he's a different person now. And Luke is, you know, even worse. He's not even still the same, but all Shane can probably think about is like what they had in high school, and he's just like hanging on
Mhm.
to that, like
Yeah.
hanging on to whatever they had before he was injured, before he had to stop hockey.
Yeah.
So he's
Mm.
just disassociating, pretending everything's fine because God forbid, like he can't lose that last little shred of
Mhm.
what
What
he
he
had.
had.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a thing that I noticed too that and the author like is pretty obvious with it. It's not like a special insight, but when Shane is usually thinking about like Luke and the positive things in the relationship, it's always from the beginning of the relationship. It's
Mhm.
like when he's thinking about, loving Luke and like loving his partner and the good times that they had, it's always from the beginning or from before Lucas was in the NHL. Um, and that's what Shane is trying to preserve or get back. It's
Right.
not the current relationship. And like I noticed a quote from like right at the very beginning that kind of is, you know, Shane's frame of mind right now. And this is like mid sex, by the way. Like this is the like thought journey that Shane is on mid sex. And it's he wondered if Luke felt it too. Maybe he was also scared shitless that they weren't right together anymore. Maybe he was also terrified that maybe they weren't each other's futures like they promised. Shane almost hoped so. It would make the pill easier to swallow.
Yeah.
And like mid coitus, and like the next
Right.
paragraph is like he finishes on the thought of maybe they're not right to for each other.
But I think it's also really interesting, like, one of the kind of cycles that, they talk about in this fic is the kind of Shane post ACL injury, and
Mhm.
like he said, he ate like shit. He didn't give two shits, kind of let himself go. And this like there's a line, a section, whatever you want to call it, that I
Mhm.
was like, I've never this is I think where I really wanted to smack Luke a lot. Um you know, Shane's doing his, crazy thing. He's going to the gym, he's going to class, he's going to work, he's doing keep him busy, his boyfriend's on the road probably a good amount of time. And he comes home and like Luke says, like, you're looking big. Your arms are huge. And Shane like smiles, because it's rare that he gets a compliment from Luke.
Yeah.
And he, starts thinking about like how he is coming back from this injury. And he was, like, yeah, he turned his shit around. He built himself back up. He is taking care of his body. He is stronger than he was. He was big and he was fucking proud of it. He lifted heavy, ate well, and started to really take care of himself again. And then Luke says, I don't like that you're bigger than me. It doesn't look good for me in photos.
Yeah, he's like is that when he said it was embarrassing or was it later?
Um, I don't know if it was then, but like, what
Yeah.
the fuck?
Yeah, I highlighted that and I was just like the fragility of man,
Right?
right? Just like
Oh, it is
insecurity,
pure
insecurity,
fragility of man.
insecurity. Yeah. One of the things that I loved about this fic is that for every moment that Lucas is insecure, um, Ilya loves it.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
So
everything that Luke like hates, Ilya is
yeah.
just like down bad.
Mhm. Yes.
Mhm.
So there's a moment in the fic later where Ilya's just like, I love that Shane can manhandle me. Like
Yeah.
he's fully like, I love how strong Shane is, and I love that he can hold me down if he wanted. He doesn't really want to, but I love that he could. And like just every moment of like Shane is the hottest thing in the world because of how big and strong he is.
Right. And I think that is, that validation that Shane is looking for, because it's not tied into this, history. It's not tied into this dream of the NHL. It's not tied into anything like that. Ilya wants him because he is a hot fucking man that he
Yeah.
wants.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't give two shits. Like, yeah, I think there is obviously a little bit of the menacing Ilya who is like, you know what? Yeah, fuck Luke's boyfriend. Absolutely, I'm gonna fuck with that because it's
Yeah.
gonna piss him off to no end.
Well, the flirting started before that, but there was a different
Yes.
element to it once he found out about
Oh,
Luke's
totally.
boyfriend. But yeah, like
But like,
for sure.
and you know, like also Luke is so fragile even in his sport. So he is playing in the NHL. He is playing for the Metros. They're not a great team and that's whatever, but he is so fragile within his own sport and his own profession that like at one point Shane had gone to a Boston versus Metros game and like Luke is like, oh, these checks weren't even valid. And Shane's like, yeah, they're fucking legal. Like, what the hell? And like Luke is like, what do you mean? Like, ugh. And he gets
Yeah.
really bitchy about like, you know, whose side are you fucking on? Like, why are you doing this? So he's so insecure in every aspect of his life, and Shane gets the brunt.
Yeah. Shane is the one who has to soothe that and like prop up his masculinity. Like, I think that Luke values Shane as like an object.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, like Shane
But not even
is
like a trophy wife because the poor
no.
dude is like out doing school and work and all these things. Like
Right.
he's not even being
Yeah.
taken care of.
Yeah, he's
He
not treating
values
him like
he
a
values
wag.
him because like when like obviously it's known Luke isn't like the greatest hockey player. Like yeah, he plays, he made it to the, big leagues, big whoop. But compared to everyone else, like he's not the name that people are like screaming and buying all the jerseys for. So when he goes home to his, ex-hockey player boyfriend, who is sad and, isn't as good as him at hockey. Like, I mean, we know that he's better than him. We find that out. But like in Luke's mind, Shane isn't good at hockey anymore. He can't play hockey anymore. So Luke is better than him. So he goes home and, he gets to be better in his head, he thinks. So it makes him feel better. He comes home after having a shitty game or like barely doing anything sitting on the bench and he feels better because he got to go out and play and Shane didn't. So that makes
Right.
him feel big and powerful and yeah.
Propping up his masculinity. Yeah.
Yep.
So like yeah, the insecurity from the game and the insecurity of his skill level. And even like his body. Like there's no way that Shane is the biggest person he hangs around.
Right.
But
Like, I'm
Shane is
sorry,
the one
professional hockey
who
players.
exactly. Like he's lifting weights with buff guys all the time, but Shane is the one who gets that degrading comment.
Yeah. And I even think like it's interesting like when Ilya and Shane first meet. So it's at the bar where Shane is working. And just before they meet, like Shane's having this kind of internal thought process about like his relationship. And he's thinking like, you know, is this just a rough patch? I thought it was just a rough patch. Like it doesn't seem to be getting any better. Like and the one I have highlighted is like maybe it was resentment, a tactic to punish himself, having to watch as Luke achieve all the accolades that should have been his. Or maybe it was love. Maybe there was something still there, buried so deep that Shane couldn't quite feel it anymore. So like there is all this resentment, and he just like, is it gonna explode from this kind of internal like monologue? So he takes a break at the bar and he goes outside and he just like kind of lets it out with like a big fuck. And that's when he meets Ilya.
Yeah.
So like he's going through this internal process in his brain, and then here is like the earth has put like a Greek god of a amazing hockey player in front of him.
Yes. And like the first thing that Ilya does too is ask if he's okay.
Right?
And Ilya's like, "Hey, I'm going to take care of you actually." Like, I don't know who you are, but you're clearly going through something, so I'm just going to do a little check-in like, "Hey bud, you good? You
Mhm.
okay?" And My favorite thing about this was like the description of Ilya's outfit. Um, and that he's wearing a white vest and I think like white pants.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, and like I'm just imagining
I
no
would still
shirt
shit
under the
on that.
vest. Yeah. Oh yeah, like fully I think to me it looks like groomsmen at the end of a night, you know? Like and this is he wore this
And
to
he's
the
lost his
club.
shirt.
Yeah. He wore this to the club. I guess maybe it could be like his walk-in suit that he just wore to the club, but
And he took his shirt off randomly.
well, I feel like the game day suit for Ilya, maybe he just never had the shirt. I don't know.
Who knows?
But
This is
who
true.
knows? But yeah, like I had a moment when that outfit was described of like going, Ilya, you're such a like fuck boy.
Uh-huh.
And like we're not trying to sugarcoat that or hide that, but
No. He's such
that
a
was my
fuckboy.
little like
I think for
Micah.
this interaction, my funny thing was Shane tries to smoke.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That was so funny. And
And I
Ilya's
was
just
like-
like, you don't smoke. And it's like, no, I don't. And then Ilya just like introduced himself. Like
I think
It
that
was just so funny.
Ilya was just charmed by that. I think he's like, oh, either I'm so hot you wanted to do that, or things are so bad you thought cigarettes were the answer. So let me find out real quick.
Right?
But like this interaction too is our first appearance of Brat Hollander.
Yes. Tell us more about Brat Hollander, Micah. I know you have some notes on Brat Hollander, so that's why
I don't
called
have
you out.
any. Allie did.
Those are my notes.
Oh.
Yeah,
the dream
I was gonna
guy.
mention Menace Ilya Rosenoff, like
Oh.
really coming through and
You give me the
bringing out
menace.
Brat Hollander.
Yeah, you give me the menace and I'll talk about the Brat.
Like after the whole cigarette thing, you know, Ilya introduces himself and Shane's just, essentially just like, I know. And Ilya's like, oh, hockey fan? And then it's like, I can give you an autograph. And then Shane's like, I think my boyfriend would kill me. And then Ilya's just like, boyfriend, guessing he's not a Boston fan. And it's like, it's so funny because obviously Ilya doesn't know yet exactly who Shane's boyfriend is, but he's just being a menace. Like, oh, he's not a Boston fan. Like that's the reason why he can't get an autograph. And it's just but then my brain needs to work.
Because the audience knows though, it's that like little bit of like scrumptious tension during this like meet cute in the alleyway.
Yep. And then we move on to Brat Hollander.
Yes. So yeah, Ilya being a menace, he's trying to be like, oh, so you're a fan? Tell me more. And yeah, Shane's just like, well, I know you're the best team, but it doesn't necessarily mean I'm a fan. But yeah, Ilya's like, I don't see your boyfriend around. Tell me your name. I want to know who you are. And Shane is like, I don't give my name out to strangers. Shane wasn't quite sure where this boldness had come from. He'd been out of the flirting game for a long time, and it felt nice. And then Ilya continues. He's not begging, but he's almost there. And he's like, I'm not a stranger. You can trust me.
You said you knew who I was.
Yeah, I'm hot. You can tell me everything.
Right.
And then Shane continues to be like, yeah, you're still a stranger. And then this is where Ilya the menace is like stepping closer, increasing that tension, kind of backing Shane into the wall, feeling a little bit like a prey animal.
Yes.
And yeah, one of my other favorite bits is, Shane going like, well, I don't know you though. And Ilya's like, so get to know me. Smooth as hell.
I'm sorry, but the please after that line,
Yeah.
that was fucking hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So get
And
to know
Shane's
me.
just like, why should
please."
I?
Yeah.
And Lily's like, because I think you're pretty.
Yes. This is also, the first instance of like Shane realizing like, oh shit. Oh no. That felt
And
too
then
good.
comes Luke,
And then the asshole.
unfortunately.
The thing is
Fucking
too is
Luke.
that I love how
Ilya just laughs.
thoroughly, I love how thoroughly Lucas's appearance destroys the game because Lucas yells Shane, right?
Hmm.
And so
Yeah.
their little like flirting tension game, the brat and the menace. Like eventually, yes, Shane probably would have given his name, but in this instance, it's like a bucket of cold water. Lucas rolls in, Shane. And I think like both of them take a step back away from each other.
Well, yeah.
And
Shane
then
can hear him.
yeah, well, and then Shane's body language is instantly like he knew that voice without even looking. His eyes went straight to the floor as Luke wrapped an arm around his waist, an embarrassing display of protectiveness. And then and that's when Ilya laughed and was like, "Oh, another layer appears."
Yeah, it's like this is your boyfriend.
This is your man.
Right.
Like, you're dating a loser, right?
Right. So much. Like straight up calling Luke a loser in front of his boyfriend.
Yeah, then he's just like, good night, Shane.
Pissing all over Shane's leg.
Yeah.
To be like, you can't have him. He's mine.
Well, and that's the first instance too that Lucas is almost like lunging at Ilya and is gonna punch him, and Shane just like effortlessly holds him back. Also, caveat. Lucas's last name is Hart.
Yes.
Do we think that's a Carter Hart? Like, we're clearly supposed to think this dude is an asshole, like bad guy on purpose thing.
It works.
Yeah, like
I'm not gonna lie. I think he's a fucking asshole. So
yes, correct.
Yeah,
and like fuck Carter Hart, we hate him. But
absolutely.
I'm wondering,
fuck him right up the ass.
Correct. I'm wondering if the author was like subliminally like, oh, everyone's gonna think this person's like bad.
I mean,
vibes,
it's
bad
a very
connotation.
good, kind
Yeah.
of.
I think I'm just wondering if it was intentional.
I would love to know, author, if you do listen to this, let us know.
There's
We would
500
be very
comments. I'll go through
interested.
them later.
We just want to know. The other thing I wanted to point out about this first interaction.
About?
Yes.
Sorry,
about.
go on.
About this interaction is Luke's response when Ilya is gone. Because it is an absolute blow up of a response towards Shane. It's not like, oh, fuck, Ilya Rozanov, he was a douche canoe. It's Shane, what the fuck? Are you fucking serious? You actually serious, Shane? And Shane's just like what? He spoke to me. And he was like, basically, and they say it like, and anger was more akin to a toddler throwing a tantrum. And he's like, don't give me that. What did he say to you? Like, what the hell? And then, like, Luke is in his face.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, what? Do you think he's better than me? Do you think he's better at hockey? And
Shane's like, he is better at
of course,
hockey.
yeah, of course.
Right? But, like, again, so many instances in which Luke could get a smack. And, like, the other thing that I kind of want to take away from this was this quote was like, Luke says, like, you know how I feel about him. And Shane's like, Jesus Christ, we're talking. And he's like, did he say anything about me? And he's like, not everything is about you.
Insecurities.
So much insecurity.
Yep.
And like, this is really the first time we're seeing Shane kind of call it out, which is kind of nice. Like, Shane, like, you got flirted with, you smoked a cigarette with a hot Russian, and now you got a little bit of backbone. Like, go for it, man.
Well, and I think it was very clear to me, at least, like, Shane's autism shining through for a second of like the need to always tell the truth.
Yeah.
And so Luke is going like, "Do you think he's better at hockey than me?" And Shane going, "Yes, of course he is."
Yeah. And Shane's like, I know hockey.
Well, and this is a moment too where Luke is like
An
fully
asshole.
he's fully like
Oh.
trying to tear Shane back down and
Yeah.
Yes.
get the boldness away from him. He's trying to like fully destroy whatever like talking back is happening because he's
Yeah.
like, not only is he's like, you knew hockey, you know, you're not anything now, but I think he's like,
Yeah.
he
This
calls
whole
out too that
interaction.
Shane is dependent on him, like
Yes.
the
This
power
pissed me
balance.
off.
Yeah, the fact too, I think Shane has also stayed this long because Luke is paying the rent. Like Luke is
Yeah.
in control of the living situation. And so Luke throwing it back in his face too of like, you live in a
Oh.
flat that I pay for, you have no savings, you live off me, my fucking legacy.
That one, I'm like, my dude, you are riding the fucking bench. What goddamn legacy do you have? Like,
Yeah.
but then he's like, Shane's like, I didn't ask for it, none of it. And he's like, but you take it, don't you? You take, and have the audacity to moan about how awful your life is. And then you go and talk to Rosenoff of all people after everything I've done for you.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
And then
Luke?
Shane, I love when he
Yes.
like was just like, I was always better than you. Always. You just can't stand that. And like that is the biggest truth. And that is why Luke is going after him right now. Because
Yeah.
Mhm.
it, Luke is just so mad. Like he was talking to Rosenoff. Rosenoff's better than him. He
Right.
knows that Shane, at least in his head, was better than him. Doesn't know how he plays at the current moment right now. So it's like that is the biggest insecurity, and Shane just called it out.
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
and
Like, we're starting to see that.
yeah. And so like this too is something I think that is interesting as well is that Shane notes that this is common. Like
Yeah.
Lucas is like this a lot when he's drunk. And
Yep.
so I think that's also part of like this is why Shane is the way he is because when Luke is drunk, he just says all this mean and nasty shit to Shane
Yeah.
to
Right.
like tear apart his self-esteem. Because yeah, the next thing he says too is um specifically like
He's
not anymore, like you're not better than me anymore because of what
Yeah.
happened and you're pathetic actually. He spits
Yeah.
on the ground and he's like, pathetic, Shane, you're pathetic.
That would have had me walking away.
Oh,
Like,
there would have been violence.
there would have been so much violence because this is not just a power imbalance. This is realistically
Mm.
like a domestic situation where,
Yeah.
I mean, there's definitely the power imbalance, and Shane is at the end, and we have like his partner. So it's intimate partner, not necessarily violence per se, because
It's
he
like
hasn't hit him, but
emotional abuse.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
emotional abuse. And then we see in the next scene, like Luke pulling the standard
I'm so
kind of
sorry.
abuser.
Like, I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
love you. You know that's
Yeah.
not me. Yeah.
Love
Yeah.
bombing.
Yep.
I was like, fuck you, Luke, go away. So,
Cooks him
at this point,
breakfast, says I love
I was
you.
completely over Luke. I was like, dude, you could fall off the face of the planet. And no matter what happens, Shane is 100% right, right for whatever he does next because you're an asshole.
Yeah.
Don't care.
And yeah. And oh, I was so drunk. And when I saw Rosenoff, and Shane's trying to be like, I don't care. Like, this can't keep happening. Shane
Mhm.
is like actually literally head under the covers, like trying not to even look. And Lucas is like pressing himself against Shane and just like
Oh,
just infringing
totally.
on all of his boundaries. I just
Ugh,
so mad. Like, no
right?
boundary is respected by Luke. And again, I would have
None.
violence.
None.
But yeah, Shane, I think at some point says too, like, you never change. We
Yeah.
talk, you say you're sorry, nothing changes. And like why did you even say that stuff if you knew it would hurt me? And Luke was like, yeah, I don't know, I was drunk. I don't know what I was saying. I was just so mad.
But I
Yeah.
think like the thing we see after this, like we move on from kind of this intimate partner abuse situation is I don't remember if they're at a game or at a practice or at a something, but Hayden is there and Hayden knows these two guys.
At the
Shane.
awards.
Yes, that's what it is. So Hayden knows Shane and Luke. I think Hayden is on the team with Luke. And they grew up all playing together. And he asked Shane, like, would you get back into hockey? And he is like, probably not, no. And Hayden is just like, what? Why? Like, he's really confused by this.
Yeah. Because, like, specifically the injury, like an ACL injury is common in hockey and also fixable. Like,
totally.
like Plon played hockey with like a busted ACL, right?
Right?
And
yeah,
then
like she did crazy shit.
yeah,
Won the
and
Walter
so
Cup for Christ's sakes.
exactly. And so, you know, she got surgery this summer and is expected to be better by the time the season starts or just like a little bit after. So like an ACL, while it is a serious injury, it is not something that would like completely remove him from like viability as a player to join the league. And that's why Hayden is so surprised. Yeah, like that's why Hayden is so surprised that like Shane isn't even playing anymore. He's like, what do you mean? You just like it was just an ACL. Like why aren't you playing anymore? Like you could still like it's not too late. And
like
Shane,
you could have given Rosenoff a run for his money, and then of course who pops up behind him like who could?
What?
He's like, you play?
Yeah.
And like the thing, you know, they're talking about the injury and Rosenoff is like, you know, how long? And he's like 2 years and he's like, oh yeah, so you're good now. You're healed, right? Like why aren't you like what's going on?
And he immediately clocks it and like stores it for later.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you know, well, we should do it sometime.
Well, and
it's like Luke would never.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, Luke doesn't actually see Shane as like someone with wants or needs. And so the idea that Shane would go back to hockey because hockey is his now. And so he views hockey as his and Shane is his. And so those are not things that overlap because they're both his. And like the thing earlier where Luke was like, "Oh, you're pathetic." Like that's how he views Shane as this sad, pathetic boyfriend. And that's been repeated to Shane so much that he's, you know, absorbed that into his identity. And so that's why too he's talking about like it's too late. I can't play hockey anymore. Like I don't think it's possible.
Like,
and then all the professionals are like, "Nah, dude, you should get into it."
Right? And who wanders into this fucking conversation? Luke, get the fuck out. And he's like, you know, who's making a deal? And he's like, Ilya's like, yeah, Shane and I are going to play hockey. And Luke lets out a snort and he's like, Shane's not played in years. He probably doesn't remember how to play. Like, I'm sorry, dude. It's been 2 fucking years.
And
The
Ilya's just
dude
like, I don't
obviously
mind.
was good.
He's like, I don't care. I don't mind.
What I liked about that bit is you see Ilya's expression as Luke is talking. Like, yeah, Luke is saying this shit, and then it turns to like the POV looks to the Ilya. It's like Ilya's gaze went hard.
Yeah, and then Luke stops laughing because he realized no one was laughing with him.
Right. And so I like this idea that Ilya is seeing how Luke treats Shane and is just absorbing like these evidence and these information and is realizing like, oh, yes, I was joking earlier that your boyfriend was terrible, but actually your boyfriend is terrible. So I might have to do something about that.
And it's so funny because
Shane turns around and asks for Ilya's number.
Yes.
For hockey.
For hockey, of course.
For
yeah,
hockey.
for hockey.
Only for the
no
hockey.
Other
guys.
reason.
Only for the hockey.
Yeah.
But of course, Luke always has to pipe in with something like, Luke, go kick rocks. And he asked Shane, "You're gonna play hockey with him?" And Shane's like, "Yeah." And he was like, "I didn't even know you wanted. I would have played with you." And Shane says, "You never asked me." Like, how the fuck does your high school sweetheart, who you have played hockey with the entirety of like probably your childhood, it sounds like they were friends beforehand, at least played into your teens with, why on God's fucking green earth would you think, "Oh yeah, no, my boyfriend like gets an injury and forgets everything about hockey and doesn't want anything to do with it because I'm now the fucking star of the NHL, which you're not, Luke. Go fucking kick a rock." Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
It
Well,
was
and that
so
was
annoying.
another instance of I think Luke being jealous of Shane.
Oh, totally.
And so like through his insecurity, he's actually like, I can't support Shane in hockey because if he comes back, he's going to be better than me.
Yeah. But like, I love the first hockey scene that we have of Shane and Ilya
Mm.
because Shane is good.
Yes. The bit with the face off.
Yeah. And like, Ilya, the one line I have from like that kind of whole hockey scene that I have highlighted is when Ilya says, "Who the fuck are you?" Like,
Yeah.
because Ilya is the best. He's, basically the Shane Hollander. And he's like, "What in the fresh fucking hell is this?"
Mm-hmm.
And I love it.
Yeah. It's just like a moment of like, he has to realign what he knows about Shane. Cause like,
Mhm.
yeah, everyone's talking a big game, but now he's seeing it in front, like in his own eyes, and he's like, oh shit, he was good. The texting was cute too,
Mhm.
because Ilya was like, I missed you. And Shane was like, you don't know me. And Ilya was like, I want to know you. I want to know
Right?
you so badly, Shane.
Me
And
love
then
you.
Shane's like, ah shit. Stop it. Um, but then Shane was like, okay, fine, I'll meet you there. And
Right.
then says, okay, good night, Ilya. And then Ilya's like, good night, pretty. And
Ugh. So
Shane slept
adorable.
the best he'd slept in a long time. And it's like, oh, okay. Shane is just so starving for any like positive, like
Yes.
support and interactions, like praise, that
Mhm.
Ilya just saying like good night, pretty, relaxes him enough to have a good night's sleep.
But also we get our first kiss.
Yes. No, there's great banter. They play a bunch.
Yes.
Ilya jokingly offers to hold his hand as Shane gets on the ice for the first time. And then Shane's
It's
like,
very
fuck
sweet.
you. But I think the thing that made me laugh the most was the checking into the boards as flirting,
Mhm.
obviously.
Always.
And there's a bit where Shane chirps him and then looks back at Ilya and winks. And then Ilya almost dropped to his knees there and then.
Right? Like, boy be flirting. I
Yes.
mean, valid.
Yes.
I get that.
Um,
But like their first kiss is not like a sweet chase little kiss either.
no.
It's like Ilya's trying to consume him.
Mhm.
Um
Their
Leia
mouths
claim like,
fighting for
ugh,
dominance. I wrote the quote down.
right? Like, goddamn. And like all I can imagine is, poor starved for like real true affection Shane.
Mhm.
Like eating this up.
Yeah. And the fact that like Shane has no desire left for Luke and he forgot what that feels like to want something. And
Mhm.
then
Yeah.
as soon as he starts interacting with Ilya and like talks to him and has banter, he remembers what it's like to desire something and to want something. And so that's also like the rising tension of all of that desire um is what snaps Shane's self-control. But I think it's so funny that Ilya was shit talking Luke and that's what
Mhm.
caused Shane to be I'm kissing you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Shane's like, "Oh my god, I've cheated. Holy shit."
But
Yeah.
then at the same time, like, he internally says that he knows it's bad, but then it's like the quote, his heart was guiding him through it right now, and it wanted Ilya more than anything in the world.
Yeah.
So, like, he
Right?
knows it's bad, but he also can't, like, not do it.
Yeah. Like, it's so good to feel desired and wanted
Mhm.
that, yeah, he feels a little guilty for cheating, but also, like, Ilya also called him pretty and beautiful again, and he gets to, like, carry that.
Right? Also, Ilya's, like, staking his claim after this kiss. I think
Mhm.
they're playing, like, it sounds like a friendly, like, preseason, like, not a serious game, and, like,
I think
Ilya's,
it was a regular
like
game.
was it a regular game? I can't
Yeah.
remember. But Ilya, like, stops and, like, direct eye
Well,
contact Shane.
so I think that before we get to the game, we have to talk about there's a line that Ilya says that's like a Chekhov's gun.
Oh.
Um, and it's, Shane trying to like put a boundary up like, "Oh, we can't do this. I need to go. I have a boyfriend." And Ilya's like, "Well, he's an asshole, so it's fine." And Shane's like, "No, I've cheated. I'm being the asshole." Um, and Shane's like, "You don't know him." And Ilya's like, "Neither do you." Um, and then, Shane is trying to be like, "Well, what the fuck does that mean? What do you tell me what's going on?" And Ilya's just like, "Nothing. It's fine. Go back to your shitty boyfriend." Um, and then Ilya, I think, is at this point trying to like not completely destroy Shane's life. So he doesn't explain what he means. But it is a phrase that will be useful to us later. Um,
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
and Shane, consumed with guilt, wants to, make it up to Luke without Luke knowing why. But I
Mhm.
think he wants to tell Luke too, yeah?
Yeah, I think, like, he's, well, Shane is, like, our little honest boy.
Yeah.
He feels really bad. He's still Delulu over Luke, I guess, or something. So he feels like he needs to tell him. Um, and he wants to have this one-on-one time with him and Luke, and he does ask for that. And Luke's like, "Yeah, yeah, okay, sure, like, book this restaurant or do whatever." And Shane's like, "Okay, yeah." It's not his favorite place, but they'll do it. Um, and then they go to the game, but we don't get to see their dinner because I think the game happens first.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he, like, goes out with, you know, the team, but we end up finding out that instead of going to dinner,
Well,
he's
with
out
the
with
team.
someone.
He's at dinner.
Yeah,
With a
just,
attractive
just
guy.
yeah.
Mhm. But there is a whole fight, and that is, like, again, "Luke, you're an asshole." Where, Luke says Shane is embarrassing him,
Oh,
and,
yeah.
um, "You're purposely getting bigger than me, even though I told you it looks bad for me." And, like, Shane starts to, like, kinda cut in and, like, he's like, "Shut up. Like, you're always trying to outsmart me, do something to prove you're better than me, and then you go and sit in the stands at my game and clap for Boston, for Ilya fucking Rozanov. Like, so what is it, Shane? Do you have a thing for him?" And, of course, Shane is like, "What the hell?" Like, "No, no, no, I didn't." Um, and,
He turns it back on Shane.
he does turn it back on Shane. Like, I told you I was gonna try hard, and I really have, Shane. It seems the more I try, the more you resent me. Motherfucker, try my ass.
Mhm.
Um, and then, this kind of pool of a bubble comes out of Luke where he's like, "You've resented me ever since you got injured. You resented me for getting into the NHL. You resented me for still playing even when you couldn't. I know it. I fucking feel it, Shane." And he's like, "I mean, fuck, you won't even touch me anymore." And then, of course, Shane is feeling like the worst fucking boyfriend ever. And like, they're like, "Yeah, no." Shane's like, I'll work on it. I'll then, I'll do all these things." And I'm like, "Baby, you do not need to do anything. This man is a fucking walking fucking red flag."
Yeah. It really felt like a masterclass in manipulation
Gaslighting.
and gaslighting because
Mhm, mhm.
when you actually like know everything that Luke is doing, the fact that he's accusing Shane of having a thing for someone else and not
He's
being as
projecting.
Oh, totally.
it's fully projection.
Projecting.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um
So Shane and Luke do not go out for this dinner. Luke
yeah,
goes out with his teammates, and then Shane's
allegedly.
friend Rose
Mhm.
calls him.
Gives him a call. It's just like, "Are you okay?" And Shane's just like,
Hmm?
"Yes." She's like, "Well, I'm so sorry about." He's like, What are you talking about?" Like,
What's going
"Excuse
Right?
on?
me? What?" And she's like, "You haven't seen?" He's like, "What?" He's just like offline, not like looking into anything.
Mhm.
And then Luke Cart is pictured with a mystery fucking blonde.
Several photos at a fancy restaurant, holding hands across the
Yep.
table.
And then it like hits
There's
him like
one where
everything
they're
that Ilya
kissing too.
said at the rink. He's just like, "You don't know him." And immediately just my alarm went off. Immediately is just like, "I'm gonna text Ilya."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the first time that like usually what happens when boundaries are violated and like the resentment starts to build is a blow up and anger, right? And
Mhm.
so this is kind of Shane realizing that he was fighting this hard for nothing, like for someone who wasn't
Yes.
fighting for him, right? Who had given up on him.
And I think
And
also he looks to Ilya for this validation because Ilya hasn't fucked around with him.
yeah.
Like, when he starts texting and he's like, "Did you know?" And he's like, "Yes." So, like, Ilya's straight up telling him. He's not like, "Oh, Hollander, what are you talking about?"
Yeah.
Like, Ilya
Well,
is showing, "I'm here."
the thing too, right, is that like Shane is the last to know.
Mhm.
Um, because Shane asks who knows, and Ilya's just like a lot of people. He brings this guy to away games,
Mhm.
and so everyone that's a moment too where like we wanted to Luke talking about feeling embarrassed. Like this specifically is Luke fucking around, disrespecting Shane, and like Shane has every right then to feel embarrassed that his boyfriend is trotting out another man in public to that degree at away games.
Right?
Yeah,
And,
and then
like,
Shane just
it's not
calls him.
secret.
Mhm.
And he just calls him because he just can't do the texting anymore.
Mhm.
He's done.
And it just, Ilya's immediately just like, "How am I the asshole in this situation?" And obviously Shane's mad because he's like, "You knew this entire time." And
Right.
then Ilya throws his own words back at him, like, like you said, "I don't know anything about you, so it's none of my business." And then I just love when Shane's immediately just like, "Fuck you. Are you still in town? Send me your hotel." And
Right?
Shane's just like, and Ilya's like, "Well, why would I do that?" And Shane's like, "Well, you're gonna make it up to me."
Yeah.
And
So we have seen the return of Menace Ilya and Brett
yep,
Hollander.
Yes.
immediately,
Yes,
like he was
because
mad for like 10 seconds, and then he's just like, "You know
Mhm.
what? Fuck it."
but here's the best part about this whole thing is, like, Shane's mad, and he's like, "You know what? I'm gonna do something for me, 1.
Mhm.
Also, it's gonna piss Luke off because he hates Ilya so bad. And, Ilya's like, "Oh, why would I give you my hotel?" And he's like, "Because you're gonna make it," he's, like, so impatient, and he's like, "If you don't fuck me tonight, I'm gonna go out and find someone that will. So it's you,
Mhm.
Rosanov, or I'm fucking, like, some rando off the street, 'cause fuck you."
Yeah.
And I love, like, this Shane, like, assertive Shane.
Yeah.
Mhm.
This
I th
confident, bratty, no longer like buried in shame and guilt Shane.
Yes, yes. I love it.
And I love to Shane's like, fuck you, I'm still mad at you. And Ilya's like, see you soon, pretty.
Because he can't stop because he's like, "Oh god, this boy's so pretty and he wants to come and angry
hmm
fuck. Oh my god.
Well, and
So
like,
sad for me."
yeah, fully like menace Ilya, but also lover boy Ilya.
Oh, he is so lover boy.
Mm-hmm.
When isn't Ilya lover boy? Let's get real.
Oh, right. So
So
it's
now we hit the big
so
moment.
yeah, what's funny is that like in the other part of the fic, I have like 5 or 6 highlights. And then
Mhm.
from here on out to the end of the fic, I have like 25 highlights.
Right.
Yeah, like
Oh, yeah.
every highlight is from this.
And it's
Mhm, mhm.
just the sex scene.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, and the best part, I just happened to I have, it open on AO3, and I just
Mhm.
realized that, like, my little cursor on the sidebar is, like, halfway down is when we go to this one night of sex,
Yeah.
which is great.
Yep.
So definitely porn with plot is an appropriate tag. Um, but I also think this is a really cool, sex scene because
Mm.
Shane
It's a
gets to
really
explore.
cool
Yeah, it's
and
really cool.
totally rad sex scene, guys.
Totally rad
Totally
sex scene.
cool.
Um, but, like, Shane is really assertive, which is something we haven't
He's a
seen.
brat.
Well, he's assertive
He's
until he's not for very
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
specific reasons.
Well, no. Yes, but, like, up until we get to those very specific reasons, like, he is, like, you
Bratty,
know,
brat.
bratty, like, assertive, like, at one point, I think, like, he says, "Am I here to stroke your ego, or are you gonna suck my dick?" And I'm like, "Yeah, motherfucker, you like, go to
Mhm.
town." He knows what he wants, and
Yeah.
he knows that Ilya is going to give it to him, and he knows
Mhm.
that Ilya is going to, respond really well,
Yeah.
um,
Um,
to all
I
that.
do I do love that, Ilya is, like, watching him be a brat and then instantly puts him in his place. He's like,
Mhm.
"Okay, say it. Say what
Say it,
you
or you
want."
can just go. Like
Yeah.
you can go. You said you'd go find someone else. Go. Do it.
Yeah, and so, Shane's like, "Why? I already said it." It's like, "No." Ilya's like, "Say it to my face." And,
Yeah.
Ilya's eyes locked onto his. The teasing glimmer was still there, but coated with something a little darker. "Because you have invited yourself to my hotel room and been nothing but a whiny brat." And,
Mhm.
this is, like, instantly cementing their dynamic here of brat and brat tamer, right? Like,
Oh, totally.
Shane has the freedom to be as much of a brat, like, talk back as he wants,
Mhm.
while understanding that Ilya's gonna watch it happen until he's not anymore, until he's gonna put him in his place. And
Yeah.
so, fully then, Shane is just, like, almost, like, yes, embarrassed, struggling to articulate it. He almost is, like, begging Ilya to not make him say it,
Mhm.
and Ilya's like, "No, you gotta say it, or
Right?
else, you gotta
Yeah.
go."
And then Shane just keeps saying like, no, like I don't wanna. And Illy's just like, fine, go on, go find someone else, just like you said.
That part, I think, was, like, for me, when I was reading it, I was like, Ilya knows he's not gonna go.
Yeah,
Like, let's get real. The
yeah,
man freaked the fuck out when he kissed a dude Like, he's not just gonna go pick up a rando off the street.
Yeah. Yeah. And like
So
that's how good his read of Shane is, that he instantly clocks that, like, yes, Shane is being assertive and talking back and being a brat, but Shane just actually, like, in the next paragraph there, he knows, like, Shane needs him to be put in his place. So, like,
oh, totally.
he loved it. He loved being at Ilya Rosanov's mercy. Under his bravado that he arrived with, this is what he wanted. He needed to be put in his place to obey.
Mhm.
And, like, this is to, like, Ilya again steps closer. They do the, like, creating the tension, almost like, I think Ilya grabs his face and is, like, manhandling him too. And
Ugh,
it's the
I love it
game,
when they
right?
manhandle them.
Yeah, right. It's, the cat and mouse game.
Mhm.
And finally, this is, like, also a very important part of the dynamic, is Shane giving in. And
Right.
so Shane not being able to fight it anymore, and then allowing himself to relax and give in and, like, let Ilya be in control of the situation. And so he finally says it. Ilya pats his cheek, which again makes him blush, calls
Right,
him
of course.
pretty, and then is immediately, like, kissing.
But also, I have to say the jersey, oh,
Yeah.
take me out.
Yeah.
Well, and, like,
Whew.
that's after the ridiculous blowjob that Ilya's giving
Oh, yeah.
Shane,
Right? But,
which
like,
I love that
damn.
Shane's needs are highlighted here, right? So, like, Ilya's
Yes.
first order of business is actually, "I'm gonna suck your dick," and
Right?
then say a bunch of
Go
really
Ilya.
nice things about you and praise you, and then fluster you, and
I love
then,
it.
by the time that, like, the next step happens, yeah, that's where he grabs the jersey and he's like, "Put this on your mind now."
And he's like, I think it'll
Yes.
suit you much better than hearts. You can finally wear the jersey of a winner like you deserve.
Yes.
At that
Oh,
point, I was just like, yeah.
right?
Yep.
I read that and I was like, "Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Okay." Like, the blowjob was hot, but, like, I'm sorry, what?
Sorry.
Ilya's jersey?
Mhm.
And, like, oh, and the best part is Shane is, like, repositioning himself, so he's, like, doing the pretty, like, stance, and he's like, "How do I look?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, Ilya's gonna eat him alive. I
Mhm.
love it. And, I
Yeah.
mean, he does.
Yeah.
But we also get more of the brat, Shane coming because,
Mhm.
at one point, like, they're talking about it, and he's like, "I'm gonna ruin you." And Shane's like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Fucking do it then, Rosanoff." Like, oh, yeah,
Hang on to something.
right?
Fucking do it.
Because holy shit. Um, which is, like, insane. So, like, Shane's needs, not only are they being met, like, emotionally at this point because, Ilya is, like, praising him.
Yeah.
He's, sexually, like, saying he's responding to Shane.
Yeah.
And, like, they're both loving this, which is
Mhm.
really freaking great. I love
Well,
it.
yeah, and Ilya too knows what buttons to push to, like,
Oh, totally.
fluster Shane to take him then deeper into the dynamic as well, right? So
Mhm.
part of what he did was make Shane list the things that he liked about Ilya, to make him be, like, vulnerable. And that then made him flustered, and that made him then, like, sink deeper into it.
It's
Um,
flustered, like, subby Shane.
yes, right?
So good.
And I think, like, there are sentences here and there where Shane is talking about, like, starting to feel fuzzy and, like, not
Mhm.
sure if he wants to give in yet, and, um, I think at some point, Ilya's just like, "Oh, you're being such a good boy for me." And Shane is like surprised at how good those words sounded and how he wanted to be good. He wanted Ilya to think he was good. So,
But the one thing I love also, while this is all going on, Shane's phone has not stopped ringing.
yes.
Yeah, Luke's been blowing him up.
Yes. And like
not in a good way.
Ilya keeps getting annoyed with it. He's like, turn your phone off.
And
And
Shane is like, just let it ring.
yeah.
Yeah.
I want to hear how long it takes him to give up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, moo, bam, motherfucker.
Mhm.
Okay, cool. Which, I mean, clearly Luke knows he's fucked up because duh. But that's not interrupting anything
Mhm.
with Shane and Ilya, which is great.
Yeah. Another thing that a moment of like Ilya being the foil to Luke is when they're like prepping Shane to be the bottom. Shane is just like, we don't need to do that. Stick it in me. I need it now.
Yeah.
And Ilya's just like, you're not in any position to tell me what to do, actually.
Right.
So I'm going to take all the time I need. And then this is where, Shane uses his strength and like kind of holds Ilya down a little bit. And Ilya's like, I've never been so turned on in my life.
Right? Like all through it, he's just like, oh God.
He's like, I have a ring.
The other thing that is kind of interesting when they talk about it, especially when Shane's just like, give it to me like now. And Shane says like Shane hasn't bottomed since like his birthday, which was in May or something like that.
Yeah.
And like Rosenoff's like, excuse me, what? Like, what? And he's like, you haven't had sex in like 5 months? And he's like, we have sex, I just stop. And like Ilya kind of like pauses for a moment. We're like, what?
I
Like,
think
he's like, you're so you.
Right. The tone I'm imagining in his voice there is when Shane goes like, I think I'm gay, and Ilya goes like, oh, what makes you think
Oh,
that?
really?
Like,
Oh, it's so that voice.
Nothing, it's just you're so you, like,
yeah.
You're so
like,
fuckable.
And I mean, Shane had expressed that he does like to bottom, or he prefers to bottom, and that hasn't happened. So like now Ilya's like, okay, well, my boy, I'm gonna take care of you in all the ways. We're gonna prep you. We're gonna like open you up. Like this
Take the
is
time.
not like a raw dog
A wham
moment
bam.
here, sir. Yes.
Yeah. No, Shane is
And
like, Luke usually rushed prep or didn't even like to prep. And he said it called it boring.
What? I'm sorry. Like, motherfucker.
Right.
Luke, I have issues with you.
Luke doesn't know what he's talking about.
Correct.
Luke does not know anything.
And what's funny then is the entire time that Ilya is prepping Shane, he's calling him baby. He's like, you're doing so good. You're doing so good for me.
That praise kink.
Yeah. And like, just like taking his time with it, making sure that Shane's okay. And Shane is begging at this point, like, actually.
Oh, yeah. And then
me.
Ilya drops the, you're going to fucking kill me. I didn't pack any condoms.
This is where
Shane's like,
was it unsafe sex tag comes in?
Unsafe, yeah. And Shane's like, so I didn't want you to wear one anyway. And Ilya's like, heart's gonna kill me. And he's like, when have you ever cared about that? And I was like, this is when I think for me, you really got the sense that like Shane does not give a flying fuck about what Luke thinks.
Yeah. So yeah, at this point, that man is a stranger to him. So
has no idea.
Any sort of like goodwill that Shane had left for Luke is destroyed and gone and buried in ruins. And instead, what we have now is petty, angry Shane, who is like he's let go of all of his inhibitions at this point and is letting
He's just releasing his inhibitions. Feel the rain on your skin.
Yeah.
No one else can do it for you. No one else can let it in.
Wasn't gonna go for that low hanging fruit, but I'm glad you're here, Micah.
Yeah, you're welcome.
But Micah, we need to talk about, because you, I'm pretty sure, have these in your notes, about a little dynamic that enters the situation.
Oh, that Shane Hollander has a secret daddy kink. Yeah.
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 That,
Yeah.
I was like not expecting that, really. I mean, I should have. But like,
I just love
I was
when Ilya like tries to get him to say it, and Shane's just like, I'm not saying that. That's weird. And Ilya's just like, I mean, if you prefer boring vanilla sex, that's fine. And Shane's just like, fuck you, I'm not vanilla. And Ilya's just like, oh, so just boring then.
right? Like, oh my God.
But
But
yeah,
also,
so
like, through this, Shane is still fucking begging.
yes.
Like, he's like, I need you, I want you, fuck me.
And he
Like,
finally gives in.
yes. So like, yeah,
yes.
Shane tries to stand up for himself. He tries to brat and be like, no, do it. And then Ilya's like, I don't have to do anything. I just need to, quirk a finger and you're going to do exactly what I want you to do. And Shane was getting desperate. He threw his head back. Ilya was right. Ilya was right there, cock pressed against him like it was his reward. And then he wanted to be rewarded. He wanted to be good. And that's when he gives in. And the note I put on this was
looking at him.
No. The note I put on this was Ilya can read him like a book. Bratty sub with a praise geek who wants to be embarrassed.
Yes. Yes.
And so the other thing I think is hilarious is that as soon as Shane says, please fuck me, daddy, he's like, damn, why is my dick so hard?
Why did that do that?
But he made him say it twice. He made him say it twice is also the cherry on top.
Well, because he wasn't looking at him.
Yeah.
He needed to look in his eyes and say it.
And features also the line from Ilya of, what, baby? You need daddy to fuck you?
Yep.
Which is so crazy. But then, like, they're fucking now. And
they be fucking.
Shane is just like, holy sweet Jesus.
Shane's not in the building anymore.
No, because Ilya's just going on and on. He's saying, like, oh, was he not satisfying you? Like, you needed a proper man to fuck you. And it's just like, oh my God. Like,
right?
God,
a little bit of degradation about, oh, you're my greedy slutty boy. Shane was trying not to get caught up on being called Ilya's because that felt too good. And Shane then fully commits to calling him daddy.
Oh yeah. Unprompted.
Was begging for it, unprompted, keeps saying things like, oh, please, daddy.
Like, more move, like this man's in it.
Mm-hmm. And
then we move to the part where, we get to where Ilya is essentially like sidetracked, and it's just like, I'm gonna break your phone.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
because the phone is still fucking going off.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So Shane's like, just ignore it. Shane practically slurred as his body rocked in time with Ilya's thrust, or pick it up.
Or just Ilya's just like, what?
And
like, just
what
pick it
I
up, I
love,
don't care.
What I love is that Ilya in shock like stops thrusting, and Shane like whines and is like, don't stop. And Ilya immediately, without him finishing that sentence, like is moving again, just so that like Shane is still getting what he wants.
Oh, still getting fucked. But the best part about this, it's not a phone call, guys.
It's a FaceTime.
So, one of the things that I liked, I keep saying I liked it. I liked everything. A thing that I noticed was that Ilya, a couple of seconds ago, was like, okay, no more brattiness. We're getting down to business. And then the thing with the phone happens. And I think Shane channels his brattiness into then the phone call. And so Shane's like, even better. Shane responded, pushing greedily back against Ilya's cock. Pick it up and fuck me properly. That's when Ilya answers the FaceTime, and both of them grinning like idiots, keep fucking, while Luke panicking is like, Shane, oh my god.
And Ilya's just like, "Hi, heart. How's it
Right.
going?"
Like,
It's
sup, sup.
me, your
It's
biggest enemy.
me. And he's like,
And then,
"Where's
like,
Shane?" And Ilya's just like,
yeah,
"Oh,
Luke
he's
is like,
he's
"What?"
fine.
Shane can't
Oh,
come to
he's
the phone right
fine."
now. You don't want to know where
Right.
Shane is.
All I could think of when I read this initially was the is it a meme or a TikTok where they're like, "Bethany can't come to the phone right now. She's fucking dead," or whatever.
Yes, yes.
And I was like, "Yeah, motherfucker." And the best
Yeah.
part was, like, he's like, "I don't think Shane's in a position to speak with you right now." Like, while he's, like, railing his Shane.
Yes.
Um,
Well, and then like
and then
Shane will moan, and then Ilya's like, "It's okay, baby," and then back to the phone call with Lucas.
right, and the best part is he flips the camera, so Luke can
Mhm.
see exactly what position Shane is in.
In the
Love
jersey.
it. Yes,
And
in
then
the
when he
jersey, getting
says, "Your boyfriend feels good,"
ugh,
I was just like, "Oh my god."
Well, and like Luke
right?
is completely speechless at this point. He just keeps saying like Shane,
It's like,
and
"What?"
like both Ilya and Shane are basking in this and
Oh, yeah,
like grinning and having a great time. And Ilya's just
but
like, "I told you, he's busy."
the best part is, like, Luke is like, "Get the fuck off him," and he's like, "I don't think that's what he wants," and he's like, "You don't know what the fuck he wants," and he says, let me see or we'll see or something," and
Well,
he,
let's
like,
ask him.
pulls like, when I read this, I was like, "The fuck is he doing?" Because it sounds because Shane's, like, on fours, ass up, jersey on, and it's almost like he pulls Shane up, like, to be flush with, like, the front of Ilya's body,
Yeah, he does.
and,
Yeah, yeah,
like
that's what he does.
That's the position.
yeah,
Yeah.
so, like, I had to be like, "What?" Again, manhandling, love it.
And
Hmm.
he's just like, "Don't be rude, sweetheart. Say hi to your boyfriend."
Oh, yeah,
Like, "Oh
it's
my
so
god."
And like
right?
Shane is like digmatized.
Oh, yeah,
He's like,
and,
"I don't care.
like
I wanna look at you."
and he's like, "No." And
Don't
then,
look
of
at
course,
me,
Luke is
baby. Look
like,
at
"I'm gonna
him.
fucking kill you, blah," like and, Ilya's just in this, he's like, "He looks good in my shirt, don't you think?" Like,
Hmm.
OMG. And of course, like, Luke's like, "Come home, Shane, it's private." And I'm like, "Luke,
Ilya,
you are being so cucked, it's not even funny."
Ilya's like, heard you hadn't fucked him in a while,
Right?
but I should be thanking you because you haven't fucked him in a while. He's so fucking tight. And then with every emphasis, he thrusted hard, and Shane moaned into his skin, eyes rolling back. And then he lets out a daddy too.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Luke, like completely face pale, is like, "Is he drunk?" And Ilya's like, "Nah, he doesn't have to be drunk to sleep with me. He just wants to be a good boy for daddy."
Right? And, like,
Yep.
Shane is just, like, fucking subspaced right out. Love
And
it.
then Ilya pulls out he finally decided he wanted to be with a winner.
Yeah.
I'm just like, "Oh my god."
And this
And
is too,
then
he flips the camera back too, so Luke can watch him like getting fucked the whole
yeah.
time.
And he's like, "It's kinda like you're sitting on the bench right now, isn't it?"
Right? I was like,
Instead of
Ilya.
watching me destroy your team, you get to watch me destroy your boyfriend's ass. Now that
Right?
is just that's like mic drop. Like, just
Oh,
oh my god.
oh,
Mhm.
I read that and I was
Yeah.
like, "Holy sweet shit."
Well, and then he
Uh,
like grinds that feeling in by telling Shane, "Tell your boyfriend how good my cock feels."
yes. Yes. But the best part is Luke is now starting to shut the fuck up, and
Mhm.
he's still watching. Like, this
He's
man has
just on the
not hung
call.
up the phone.
Yep.
Like, he is like, OMG, like, watching his boyfriend of, like, probably, you know, let's
5
say
years.
5
Yeah.
or so years get fucking railed by, like,
Yes.
his arch nemesis, And like, at one point Shane's even like thanking Ilya for like fucking
Yeah.
which is crazy. And like Luke tries to get back into this possessive mindset of like, he's not yours, you
Well, yeah.
asshole.
Ilya's like, first I take your trophies, then I take your boyfriend. What do I
Yes.
take next? And yeah, Luke tries to be like, he's not yours. And Ilya's like, well, we can ask. He's like, baby,
Right.
who does this ass belong to? And then Shane's just like, you, Ilya. You, daddy.
You, daddy.
Like cackling.
And it like this is the biggest like fuck you. And I love it. I love it.
I have your
And
boyfriend
then
calling me daddy heart.
And
Yes.
then we get Shane's like, probably just like realizing like, oh shit, like I'm like still here. And has a moment to actually form words, and it's just like, are you upset I'm cheating, or are you upset that you're losing to Rosenov again?
Yes. That is like the biggest mic drop.
And Luke tries to like be, I don't know, manipulative if that's the right word, but he tries to then be like a victim and is like, baby, I'm so sorry, baby, stop this. And Shane's like, no, Ilya's right. It's nice being with someone who wins.
Yes.
And then Luke tries to be like, oh, first name basis. And Shane's just like, yeah, Ilya, daddy, I like both.
But like then Luke's like trying to, wheedle his way into Shane's psyche, but like he's just using you.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, he's so good about it. He's like, his mouth, his cock, his fucking body, he's so fucking good.
I'd thank him.
You know
for
what I'd do
everything.
if he was using me? I'd thank him for fucking me. I'd thank him for using me. He's fucked me better in one night than you have in our entire relationship.
Yeah.
What
And
the
then Shane
fuck?
just gets fucking annoyed and just swats the phone away. And it's just
Ugh,
like,
Finish
and
it.
it's just
yes,
like, I just do what the boss says.
right? Ugh.
I love, so like that is the entire part 2 that speed runs like Ilya as the opposite of Luke, right? So
Mhm.
like for all of Luke's insecurities about like not being enough or not being like everything, Ilya is just like making Shane an object of desire. So he's making him feel desired. He's prioritizing his pleasure. And then also like when Shane expresses an opinion on something, Ilya's like, well, he's the boss. I just do what he says. Even though fully like they are in this like brat tamer dynamic too in this point.
Oh yeah.
And like that's also what the dynamic is, right? Is like the sub or the brat or whoever is really the one who's calling the shots.
Yeah.
But what the shots that they're calling is that the dom or the brat tamer is like putting them in their place.
Yeah. Which is crazy. But like all the while, Luke is watching. He still hasn't hung up. Like
He's still on the phone.
and like at one point they're like
before we get there though, before they call out Luke, Ilya takes the daddy king to the next level.
oh yeah,
Oh
he
my
does.
god, yeah, he
About
does.
that. Yes.
And he's like, do you like that, pretty? Should I get you pregnant? Or he tells Luke like, maybe I'll knock him up for you. Should I get you pregnant, pretty? And then Shane is just like so lost in the sauce, like dickmatized. He has a moment of like, okay, I'm gonna let myself get pulled into this weird fucking fantasy. Please
Right.
put a baby in me.
And then we notice Luke has gone silent. Ilya's like, you're getting off on this, aren't you, fucking freak?
Yeah,
And
then
then
they
of course,
shame
like
him on
Luke's
the phone.
like, shut the fuck up, Rosanov. But it lacks a denial, and he's like, nothing but a pathetic cuck. And I mean, really, he is, because my dude is just like
He's literally
listening.
just watching this, yeah.
Yeah,
And
like
Ilya's
watching
like,
this going on.
Ilya's like, you sit there and watch like a good boy while I put a baby in your boyfriend.
Right?
It's like,
I'm like, "Ooh."
Jesus Christ.
He's already dead.
Oh my god.
He's already dead. He's down.
I'm dead.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, we all died a little bit, I'm pretty sure.
Well, and
Not gonna lie.
then and then so the rest of the next stage of this is Shane starts begging to come, and Ilya's like, no, hold it. I want to look in
Ugh.
your eyes. I want to be able to stare in your face while you finish. And so they like switch positions again, and Ilya's glancing at the camera and sees like it jolting, or I don't know if he's holding it again or what, but he like pats Shane on the leg and is like, all right, on your back. We're gonna make like intense eye contact while you come.
Right? Like, God, like, can you imagine Shane? Like, the poor man is like starved for affection. Now this man is like gazing into his goddamn soul while he comes, which
Mhm.
is insane.
And Ilya too like pushes up the jersey so that Shane's stomach is exposed, showing
Ugh.
his beautiful abs and just like focusing the camera on that. And it's just like, pretty,
Like,
so pretty.
so gorgeous.
You look
Guess
so
what?
strong. I like how strong you are. You're so beautiful.
Ugh,
And then Ilya
love it.
notices Luke is still there, fully just watching all of this happening.
Right?
And then Ilya's like, all right, land the plane.
Yeah. Which, I mean, fair enough. And they get rid of Luke, which is great. Ilya says, sorry at heart. He makes the rules. Don't wait up for him tonight. He'll be with me.
Yeah.
So hot.
Yeah. So
Which is crazy. Crazy. But then they say, I like you. I like you too.
yeah, they
Aw.
finish. They like each other.
There's
Ilya says
soft
one more
kissing.
Ilya says one more unhinged thing of I'll plug it in him next time to make sure it catches. And
Right.
then but the thing I like too is that Shane is kind of like, hey, I'm gonna need some time.
Yeah.
Like we can't just like instantly become a thing because I did just have a
Right.
kind of traumatic breakup.
So then we get to move into, which happens to be 4 months, like until they see each other again after all that.
Yeah.
And obviously they go, skating again, banter's back, all of that. They're just having fun. But then Shane notices that like there's just some random guys there, but Ilya's like, just don't even look at it. Like, don't even worry about it. It's nothing. Everything's
Don't pay
fine.
attention.
Like, don't
It's
even worry
very
about
like,
it.
from the Wizard of Oz. Don't pay attention to that man behind the curtain.
Ignore the
Yeah.
suits.
Like,
They're not here. I don't know why they're here, but ignore them.
and then
Right.
they play beautifully, of course, and Shane does amazing. And then, of course, one of the guy comes over and, shakes Shane's hand, and it's just
Well,
like,
it's not even the first time he's there, too. It's like the second or third session they have where these strangers are there, and Ilya brings some of
Like
his teammates,
teammates or
and they
something.
scrimmage,
yeah, yeah,
and then the suit comes over.
yeah. And then he realizes that they're scouts,
Yes,
Which is crazy.
he
and they
gets
tell him that they want to get
scouted.
him in for tryouts, and that they can see that he has potential. And, Shane's at that point just like, holy shit, like, totally fucking shit, thanking him over and
Mhm.
over. And Illy's like, no, like, you don't owe me anything. You're one of the best. You deserve this.
Yeah.
Luke could never.
Right.
And the thing I like too is the scout while talking to Shane is like, we've been watching you play for a bit now, and we have to say you're incredible to watch. Like call back to the show, right?
Yes. Yes.
Call back. But yeah, they kind
Love
of
it.
then they leave the arena hand in hand, right?
Oh, so sweet.
So cute. Oh wait,
Aw.
what's the other big thing that happens, Micah? Right before they leave the arena.
And hold on, my brain, I just have to scroll up because I've been just like reading along this whole time. And he's just thinking like, thank you, I love. And then they just freeze, and then Ilya is just like, I love you. Like, he
I love
just
you
says
so
it.
much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah.
And then we get
Ah.
3 years later, which on top of
Yes.
everything, this is one of my favorite moments.
Yeah. A packed arena. Uh
In
the end
Montreal.
of a game in Montreal. They talk about Montreal's golden boy, Shane Hollander, peak
Mm-hmm.
physical form. And Ilya had won another cup already and was player of
Yes.
the year again that season before. And this time, Shane steps out. They do the face off. I think Shane wins the face off, but like they banter at the puck. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
what are we having for dinner tonight?
Yeah, stop trying to get
I
in my
missed
head.
you.
Like, I missed you. If I win, are you gonna fuck me? um,
Right?
they win. Montreal knocks out Boston. I don't know
Mhm.
if that's the actual like cup final.
I don't
They're
I
not
think it
talking about it
was.
like it is.
I
Oh,
think
no,
it
yeah, it
is.
is. Yeah, it
It
is.
is. It's the second time winning it in his career.
Oh yeah, true. Because his performance won them the Stanley Cup for the season. So it looks like Ilya won the cup the year right after he won the other time, and then Shane won the next 2 years.
Right.
And they go to the awards, and what happens at
And
the awards?
fucking Luke shows up.
Luke
Ugh,
is there.
Luke.
It's
That
just like
asshole.
he's just like Shane.
What I love is that they have had no communication
Right.
Yeah.
since the last FaceTime phone call,
Which is, I mean, as it should be.
as it should be. But yeah, Luke tries to play nice and is being like, "Oh, congrats," and Shane's like, "Thank you. Oh, you look good." And Ilya's immediately like,
Right?
We're not doing this. Say
Yeah.
congratulations and go away."
Right? Like, just get out of here, Luke.
Yeah, Luke tries to like stake a weird claim and be like, "I've known Shane longer than you have."
Yeah, so weird. But,
And
like, the thing that, like, is the dig that Luke gets in, and he
Mhm.
thinks it's a dig, but it isn't, and he's like, I really don't get it. You got him scouted for what? To have someone beat you all the time, damage your reputation? That's gotta hurt Rosenoff." And he's like, "No, not really. You should see me how he rides me when he wins. Maybe
Maybe
we
we
can
can
call
call
you
you
again."
again. Yeah.
You seemed to like it last time.
Right?
Mhm.
And I love Luke again lunges like he's gonna punch him.
Ugh,
And Shane is like, touch him and we're gonna find out like what the problem is, right?
yeah.
And what I love is that Ilya's just in the back cheesing, like, yeah, find out. Like,
And he's just like, that was so hot. And
yeah.
Shane's just like,
So
shut up. I'll let you get punched next time. And then he's
And
just like, it's so mean. The cup has gotten to your head. And Shane's like, I'll show you mean and scary. And Ilya's just like, don't get me hard in public. Don't.
and to me, this is ultimate like wag Ilya, like, oh my man, defending
right?
me. Oh,
Yes.
don't get me hard in public. Like, whatever you say, boss. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
beautiful.
that ending line is perfect. Just whatever you say,
Ugh,
boss.
Mhm.
amazing. All right, guys,
We've
let's
talked
go
too
into
much.
the chili pepper
We
scale.
gotta
I think
land
we
the
can
plane
all
now.
agree. I think we can all agree that this is a Carolina Reaper.
This is like Pepper
She hot.
X.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, this
yeah,
is
I
I
forgot about
Pepper
Pepper
X to
X.
me.
It's just another really spicy pepper.
Yeah.
Um yeah, it's like I feel like I've already said Szechuan peppercorn.
Yeah.
Um so there's like a green chili in like Thai food
Thai
that
green chili.
well it's like it's not just like the basic chili, it's like your mouth will be on fire
Ah.
and nothing will soothe it.
Mm-hmm.
And the only solution is to just keep eating the Thai food. And like I'm not talking
So
like
you're
white
only
people spicy, I'm talking like Thai people spicy. If that
okay.
makes sense.
Okay. Very hot. Mike, are
It's
you
like the
sticking
10
with Pepper
plus.
X?
I don't even know because it's just
Hot.
I don't.
Fucking hot.
Yeah, it's like it's a different level of it because like the fix like 28,000 words and at
Right?
least like 8 to 9,000 of that is like
Sex.
just that one scene and
Right.
it I I, I don't have words.
Mhm.
Micah is at a loss for words.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah. So totally valid. I feel that deep in my soul. So just finishing out our kind of week, what are we currently reading in our fanfic worlds?
I'm reading a fic called Boyfriend Auditions,
Love the boyfriend audition.
and the description of that is I think like it's an AU like canon divergent where they didn't hook up before. They had like a moment but
Mhm.
they didn't hook up, and Shane decides to come out.
Yes.
Or in an interview, he talks about like this is the type of person I would be attracted to, someone with a Stanley Cup ring. And
who do we know that has one of those?
Right, like, and is like an extrovert or something. And in Shane's head, when he's talking about this, he's thinking Ilya. And so then Ilya, who reads that and is like, ah, shit, that's me. And he shows up at Shane's house and knocks on the door and is like, I'm here. I told you, I'm here to be boyfriend. And then there's so far 23 chapters of that.
I mean, valid.
And the first chapter is knock, knock, I'm here to be boyfriend. So that's not a spoiler. That's in the description. So 23 chapters of all that.
Micah, what are you reading?
I'm currently reading Daddy, You Make Me Feel I'm Invincible by Bad Barista 93. And it's essentially just Shane and Ilya navigating through all different kinds of kinks as they like grow into their life together. It's just like really like raw and vulnerable, and just them feeling safe and secure. And in the summary, it literally says, quote, feels in a smut-shaped box. That's essentially what it is. It's not finished. It's so far 25 chapters, 117,000 words, and it's not finished. There's so many tags. So
Dang.
it's a lot, but it's like there's a lot of feelings, but then there's also a lot of smut. And it's just like they're just vulnerable relationship, and it's like sweet in a way.
Beautiful.
I love that.
Jeka, what are you reading?
I am reading A Lesson in Puck Handling. Shane is still Shane, but Ilya is a vet, and Shane almost hits a kitten and takes it to Ilya's vet clinic. I love when Shane has a cat. I think Shane is very much cat boy. So I love it. And he does adopt a sweet little cat named Puck. Of course, because it's Shane Hollander. What else would he name this? So that's what I'm reading. And who are the sponsors for your show this week, Allie?
So I've recently decided to blow up my life by drinking energy drinks. And it was either that or like start smoking. So I've gotten really into Alani's, and the grocery store has been having them like buy two get one free. I feel like, was this my sponsor last week actually?
I feel like Alani was your sponsor last week, but I think it was a specific flavor.
I don't even know. Then if I mentioned Alani last week, then my new answer is Diet Coke Lime. And if that was also
that's what you ordered last week. That was last week.
All right. Alani Peaches. It has enough B vitamins. I'm convincing myself it's a health drink.
Valid. Makes sense.
I love it.
Micah.
My sponsor is going to be my plethora of ice packs, because I've been getting so many headaches. I just started to get a headache within the last 30 minutes, and it's only getting worse. So combination of ibuprofen and ice packs so that I can go to bed at least comforted while my head is throbbing.
Oh, boo.
It's fine. I'll get over it. What about you, Jeka? What's your sponsor?
My sponsor this week is glass beads. Because I have a plethora of them, because I need to finish a shit ton of bracelets to take to the Heated Rivalry night at Fenway. So yeah, that's my sponsor, because I'm surrounded by beads.
Cue the theme song.
I'm like exit music.
Oh wait, find us on social media at the places where we have social media.
Yeah, that one. Look at us, so professional, guys.
Always professional.
Me in my head, we need to stop talking.